You are connected. Okay. Did it tell you to type your name in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so you'll have to wait in here for 10 minutes for it to start.
Okay.
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 And then they'll go over. Okay, so if you want to chat, if you want to type in things, you're the only one right now. Okay. If you have a question, you can raise your hand. There's Jackie.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Mary McNeely.
Well, hello there. How are you? Are we the only ones here?
Well, I don't know yet, but I'm excited about this class. It really looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, you have to move. Move over.
I can't.
How? I don't see you. I just see your name.
Did you want her to present herself as a video? We decided not to. I'm her daughter. I'm trying to help her with Zoom.
Oh, so is your daughter Diane?
No,
No.
my daughter, it's Ashley.
No, this is
Ashley.
Mary. This is Mary McNeely, and I'm her daughter, Ashley. I'm just trying to help her understand Zoom.
Okay.
Did you want her to have video?
She should, yes.
Okay, let me see if I can help her with that. Just one moment.
Uh-huh. Oh, there we are.
Okay, now do you see us?
I do.
Okay, all right.
Hello, Mary.
Hello. Who am I speaking to?
Camera's
Jackie Hagen.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
Hi.
This is so weird. This is the first time I've ever done this.
okay. And
And-
does she need to take notes, or what does she want? What is
Only if she wants to take notes. I imagine when Diane comes on, she'll probably have a short business meeting, maybe 15-20 minutes. And then she'll introduce the artist and
okay.
we'll just watch her. And maybe we can ask questions in the chat. I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't know if my mother's familiar with chat, but I will help her with it.
Yeah.
You'll click the chat box
Mhm.
and then you can type questions in
Okay.
over here. You see the chat box here?
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
All right.
I had to call my daughter in Arlington. She's an IT person and I can't send a VAL registration for a workshop we're having in June on palette knife painting. I cannot get that to go. I don't know what I'm doing. So she's going to help me tomorrow night. So
Okay. All right.
Well,
Okay.
well, then you understand where I'm coming from.
Oh, I do. I do.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to leave her. She may call me from time to time. Is it okay for me to leave her mic going?
I think, does she know how to mute herself if they want us to mute each
I'm
person?
going to go ahead and show her. Let me see if I can
Okay.
get the, okay. Down here you have a bar. Okay. Over here to the far left, you see where it says mute.
Mhm.
You click that.
Okay, Mary, just unmute yourself now. And it looks like the president, Diane, is on now, so.
Okay,
You're not-
thank you.
Okay,
Should I put the speaker on here?
So you're Mary McNeely. Hey,
Now,
hey,
now you have to remember that the mic is not on. Hi, I'm her daughter. I'm trying to help her with Zoom.
sure, appreciate that. So you're a guest? Where are you from?
No, I'm a member.
You're a member. I was
Yeah.
just looking at our membership list and you weren't on there.
Oh, I've been a member for, gosh, about 10 years.
You're Mary McNeely or your
Yes.
daughter's Mary McNeely? You are.
Yes.
Huh.
I know the name, so I think, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was familiar to me too. Okay.
Unless, Mary, are you a member of VAST up in Denton?
No,
No.
I've been a member of the Louisville VAL Association for a long time.
I remember that name. I have too, since 1992 or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay.
Well, we're glad you're joining with us.
Yeah, sure are. What's your zip code?
It's 75234.
75234. Where's that?
That's in Farmers Branch.
Farmers Branch. Okay.
We have to record all the zips from everybody
Yeah.
Fine.
for the MCO.
For our grant.
Yeah.
Hello, Sherry. Hello, Arlene.
Hi.
Melissa.
Hi.
Hi, Jerry. Sherry and Jerry and Jan.
Tulsi Gabbard, the senator from Hawaii, who said she's talking about, we need to be willing to work with people. We're all
What am I
children.
hearing?
God loves us all, so we need to treat each other with respect. Oh, it's got to you.
We ought to think of something fun to do in this meantime.
Oh, well, I had something I was going to do, but I didn't have time to get it ready.
I loved your vintage toy game from the Christmas party. I played it with two different groups. And it's really fun because everybody gets in
Oh,
an
really?
argument about who had that toy and who
Oh.
didn't. And then they accuse the men of playing with girls' toys. It's really fun.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
Tell me when to put it back.
We do on 6:59. Jose.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing just fine.
Good.
Okay. If I say this right, tell me if I say this right. Shibangi? Unmute and tell me your name. Say it. You need to unmute. Do you know how?
Yes, I am Shubhangi.
Shubhangi.
Yes.
I said it right?
Yeah, I go
Shubhangi.
as Shubha.
Shubhangi Mantri.
Usually everybody calls me Shubha.
Cuba.
Shuba?
Yeah.
Shuba.
Yeah.
I like that. Shuba. Welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Is Jackie here?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Shuba.
I need to pay my membership for
Oh,
this.
okay. No,
Is it to now time? You were telling me something at the critic.
Membership, you mean the membership of the Visual Art League of Louisville?
Yes.
I
Or
don't-
she needed some information from me or something.
Oh, that would be Carrie Cox, and I don't see her name there yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sunny, hi, Sunny.
I can email it to her.
yes.
If you can send me her email, I'll send it.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
That would be great.
Okay,
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm planting the garden.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah, I got spinach and lettuce and radishes and kale.
Oh, my. Very good.
Have you been to Dawn's nursery
No, where's that?
in Irving?
Oh, no.
It's very good.
Alan just made me a raised bed today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. But they have unusual Asian, very tropical plant.
Okay.
I don't understand it. I have to go. Who wants to be in charge?
I guess we'll sign off.
Well, y'all can keep going. I just have to leave and I need my computer. I know it's 7 o'clock. That's why I have to go.
Time to go and make dinner for others.
Okay. Next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. I love
Bye.
seeing you. I really do. Bye.
Somebody's leaving.
Yeah, they just got here. I don't know, who was that?
It's me, Carol Petula, Galaxy SA.
Oh,
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol. Haven't seen you in ages or talked to you. How are you doing?
You still can't see me.
No, yeah, turn your video on. Okay.
Quit
let me
hiding.
see. Okay, I'm. There we go. Send.
Hello,
Hello.
Hi,
this is Alice, but I can't get the picture on my phone or my computer. I hear you, but I can't get the video, the audio, the video.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Alice?
Yes.
Okay, we also have Alice's iPhone. Are you on two things?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on one or the other. I have no video on either one, either my computer or the phone. I can hear everything, but I can't, I am not being seen and I'm not seeing.
And you don't see anything.
No, well, I see the
Okay.
people that have joined already.
Oh, you do?
And
Okay.
they're little,
So you're
there
getting-
are a whole lot of little boxes, but my box just says Alice connecting to audio, but it's not doing anything. Anyway,
Okay. Does your computer have a camera?
yes, but it doesn't, I don't think it has a microphone. I mean, I'm seeing people on the,
Well, there must be a microphone because we can hear you. It doesn't matter if we can't see you, as long as you can see what's going on so you can watch the
Okay,
presentation.
now I have everybody on here. When I want to see it, when she's working full screen, what do I do?
Huh?
I want
You'll
to,
just
when
watch.
she's working, when the artist
Yeah.
is working, I want to see her working. Now, right now, all I'm seeing are all the people.
Well, we haven't started that part yet.
Okay, well, it'll go to one screen then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. Sorry.
Right now, we're just letting everybody come in.
Okay.
Alice, you may have a little grid in the upper right-hand corner of your screen that will change
Mhm.
from one view to another too.
Yeah.
Okay. A minute ago, I saw full screen, but it disappeared.
Okay.
Welcome, Diane. You can see,
Hello.
there she is. She's
Hi.
waving. She is our speaker for tonight. She has a presentation for us. And Lisa, we can't see you. Is that on purpose?
Yes, that's on purpose tonight. Sorry. I just got through working in the yard. I'm a mess.
No problem. Okay, we have some people here. I sent you a chat, Mary McNeely's zip code. Shibangi, can you tell me your zip code?
Shuba? Shuba.
Shuba. Yeah, Shuba. Shuba. Okay, you have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, she's muted.
75028.
75028.
Got
Yes.
it.
Oh, you're over by me. Hi. Hi,
Hi.
neighbor.
Where are you? In Flower Mound?
Flower Mound, yeah, over by Forestwood Middle School. Okay. Oh, and Galaxy S8, Lisa, that's Carol Patella.
Patula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I got that.
Elizabeth Sonnabend.
What is her last name?
Sonnabend. Do you see it over here?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm muted because I have dogs.
Oh, no, that's fine. we need your zip code.
Oh, 75022.
Okay, gotcha.
Another flower mound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Deborah Boschert. Deborah, are you a member?
I am.
Oh, you are. Yep, you're here. Okay, you're 75056.
Yes,
Okay, good.
that's correct.
Okie doke, good.
So Diane, do you have attendance then? You don't need me to send you anything? Do you have everybody? Or do you
I
want me to
don't-
send you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you an attendance
I
list.
think,
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
just-
I do.
Okay. Are you doing
Yeah.
it, Jan?
I think I've got it.
Okay, great.
Okay. Really, you just need a number of participants. We got 21 at this point, so just kind of have to watch that if more people come in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get things started. We've got announcements. Okay, let me do a screen share. And that's not it.
What the hell?
Okay, here we go. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay, announcements. Our current shows right now, we have the top volunteers of the year in the hallway. It's 5 people. David Mask and Carrie Cox, Deb Kreinborg, Jackie Hagan, and Nancy Busey. Each one, they were our top volunteers through our rewards program from last year. And so they each have a section of the wall. Their name is on the wall and they put their choice of their art up. So get over to the MCL Grand and take a look at this nice show. And remember that next year you could be up there. You record your volunteer hours and ask, what can I do? Where do you need help? And rack up those hours, okay? In the display case, we have mixed media. I have not seen it, but I'd like to get there to see it. From what I understand, there's some really neat pieces in there. So check both of those out when you go visit the MCL Grand. And let's see, upcoming shows. Lost in a Garden is coming up. It'll be opening on May 8th. Carrie Cox is our curator for this show. So she will be getting an email out probably in April sometime with all the information and when intake will be. So I'll be watching for that. This is the show that got postponed from last year because of the pandemic. So we're looking forward to a really neat show. I love the theme, Lost in a Garden. Our next gallery show, currently in the gallery is the LISD, the student shows, artwork. It's much reduced from what it's been in the past because of the pandemic. But if you get a chance, get to the MCL and check out all the shows there. Our next show will be Common Threads in the gallery. That'll be opening on June 12th. Mary Carradine is curating. So be watching for that email, probably coming in May, that information. And of course, we got Fresh Ideas coming up in July through August. So get ready for that. That's our premiere show. And we'll have information on that coming up soon. We have a palette knife workshop. It's a one-day workshop. It is a paid workshop. The instructor is Christine Sanders. Jackie, is there anything you want to say on this?
Yes, it'll be coming out soon from Ariel Bowman about she'll have pictures, images, and it'll be a bio on Christine. We will each person will complete one canvas that day, and it's $100 for members. So far we can only have 8 people. But maybe things will get more open by June. I don't know. But we will have the ability for you to register on the VAL website pretty soon. As soon as I can
You ready?
figure out how to get that stuff.
Okay, we've got some background noise. Wherever that's coming from, can you put yourself on mute, please, so we don't get that. Thank you.
Heavenly Father, thank you so much for our food and our night.
Okay, I'm still hearing something.
That's a statement, but then that just opens it up wide for more.
Yeah.
Hello? Can everybody go on mute, please?
So what are you listening to?
This is the visual arts of Louisville.
Okay. Good, I think we're quiet now. Okay, Jackie. So it's a one-day workshop, is $100. There'll be information coming out. Have you checked with MCL Grant on that? Because, and I've got that down here in our announcements, because of Governor Abbott's announcement thing. Masks will be optional. You don't have to wear a mask, and they won't be taking temperatures anymore.
Wow.
What?
I'm seeing that, the Grand Theater.
Yeah, the MCL
In
Grand
Louisville?
Theater. Yeah, which is no longer the
Masks are
MCL
optional.
Grand. Yeah.
Though
masks-
recommended.
Yeah. They will be continuing to wear masks, the people that work there.
Maybe they will take more than 8 students.
That's what I'm hoping. So you
Yeah.
might check that out, tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
See, and yes, the MCL Grand Theater is now the Louisville Grand Theater. Medical City is no longer a sponsor, so it is now Louisville Grand Theater. They will come up with a new logo at some point, but just so everybody knows, so they're not confused, it is now Louisville Grand Theater. Okay, we have a
So
new,
Carl called,
what?
car has arrived.
What has arrived?
They do need to inspect it and tint it and whatever. Probably be ready by late tomorrow
Okay,
evening.
who's talking?
Can we do it sometime Thursday or Friday? So, well, have to figure out what time because we're babysitting.
Who is talking? Hello?
I asked Shannon what time
We need it
we need to
quiet.
start babysitting the twins on Thursday. Said not sure yet. We were trying to leave early in the morning.
It's Sherry.
It's Sherry?
That's what someone put on the screen.
It's Sherry Barber? Sherry? Okay,
Yeah.
We need you on mute. We're getting all kinds of
Oh, sorry.
background noise there.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yep, thank you, thank you. Okay, I want to let everyone know that the VAL board voted to approve David Blow as our first vice president.
Yay.
Yay, so we have all officers now. All 5 officer positions are filled at this point. Officer elections will take place at our September members meeting. And nominations are currently being accepted. So anybody's interested in being an officer in VAL, please put your name in the hat, okay? And I sent out a letter in January about what else been going on with VAL, and there was a volunteer checklist and asked people to fill it out and send it in. We haven't gotten very many back. So please complete that checklist and get it into Chuck Hendrickson. I'm going to be making some phone calls here, and Sonny Rashke, you've been on my list of calls to make for a few days now, so you'll be getting a call. Okay, let's move on. Lancaster Theater Gallery in Grapevine. That's a new venue for us. We've had, how many months now, Lisa, did we have?
Well, we're finishing up our first rotation, which was roughly 6 weeks. That show will come down next Wednesday on the 17th. And then the second rotation goes up on the 18th, the next day. And that will run for through May 4th.
Through May. Okay, good. And that's filled, right? You have all your artists for that.
Yes.
And that's all we know. We don't know if we'll have another show in that gallery this year. We'll have to wait and see. They invited us and we hope to be able to do more there. It's a very nice venue for us. And Kimberly Dietrich sold 2 pieces. So, you know, it gets traffic. So that's nice. Main Street Cafe is back in rotation. So if you'd like to get in on that venue, have your artwork up at Main Street Cafe, contact Darla Bostick to get in on the rotation. So hopefully you all have your members member list so you can look her up and contact her. Okay, now let's move on. We have our speaker, Diane Beem is her name. She is from Auburn, Maine. And you might notice that her name is like my name. So I signed my art, Diane Beem Wright. I discovered Diane because a former high school classmate of mine who I'm friends with on Facebook sent me, posted on my page something about her. And I think she thought she was me, this art. And I I put out there, I said, that's not me. I don't know who that is. I said, I'm going to have to find out. So I researched it and found her online, and she's got a very nice little art business going, a website, and promotes herself. And so I'm very excited to have Diane do a presentation. And like I said, she's coming from Auburn, Maine, so it is 8:21 there. So I'm going to turn it over to Diane. I'm going to do the stop share here, and I'm going to make her the host. Here we go. Change host. And now if you go up to your right hand upper corner, there's it says view. You'll put it on speaker, and then we'll have Diane front and center to do her presentation. Does everybody understand? And if we all mute, well, we don't have to mute, because if you want to ask her a question, unmute yourself and ask her. Right, Diane? That's what you wanted to do?
Yep, that's okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So as she's going through, if you have a question, go ahead and unmute and ask your question. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to just hit share screen, right? Oh. Select. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second here. Whoops. Oh, I can move that. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, so hello everyone, and thank you, Diane, so much. I just think that story of how you found me is so funny.
Actually,
yeah.
can I quick read? Oh, I can't now, because that's oh, never mind. I was going to read the stuff about you that hopefully I'm already
yeah.
dead, but you go ahead and tell us all about you.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll give you the real quick background. So right now I live in Maine. I've lived in Maine for 20 years. I grew up in rural Pennsylvania, so between Philadelphia and Amish country out in Lancaster. So I was raised in Pennsylvania, went to school in Pennsylvania, and then ended up coming up to Maine after college. So my early life, I think the biggest effect was really living out in the country. I spent a lot of time. I was born in 1966, so growing up in the 70s, yay! I spent a lot of time outside. We had a really rural spot, so we had lots of woods. And so to this day, I really love trees. I love the landscape. So what I decided to do to start off my talk, I have 2 slides here that are definitions, because these are the first 2 things that I always get asked. Why do I call myself a modern Fauvist? What is that? And then what is Fauvism? Okay, so not everybody knows. So what I did was I really just took these 2 definitions. This is a really cool site here, this visualartscork.com. They really just go into all the different movements. So what is modern art? There's no, here's the frustrating, this is why we're all so confused. There's no precise definition for modern art. It remains an elastic term which can accommodate a variety of meanings. Not too surprising, since we're constantly moving forward in time, and what is considered modern painting or modern sculpture today may not be as modern in 50 years time. Even so, it's traditional to say that modern art means work produced during the approximate period 1870 to 1970. And I've even seen different spreads, like, 1860 to 1980. So anyway, this modern era followed a long period of domination by Renaissance-inspired academic art, promoted by the network of European academies of fine art, and itself followed by contemporary art. Now, this is where it gets confusing, because when I was in art school, we were told anything after 1970 or 1980 was contemporary. And really, now I see it's just completely interchangeable. Personally, I don't like the word contemporary. It's got too many syllables, so I prefer to say just modern. So that's that. The next one is Fauvism, and this is the one where I find most people are unfamiliar with. And that's understandable because it was such a small blip on the art history timeline, which is, to me, will always be a mystery because I just think they've had such a wonderful effect. The term Fauvism refers to a highly fashionable, if short-lived, art movement associated with the École de Paris, which formed around friendships between French artists around the turn of the last century. Famous above all for their bold use of color, the Fauves received their name from the 1905 Salon d'Automne exhibition in Paris from the influential French art critic Louis Vauchel. I don't speak French, so I'm probably going to butcher all the French names, sorry. So he insultingly described their vividly colored canvases as being the work of the wild beasts. So in French, fauve is beast, wild beast. And the name stuck. Curiously, while Matisse and his French colleagues were dubbed Fauvists, neither Wassily Kandinsky nor the Russian Matisse Alexei von Jawlensky, both of whom exhibited alongside the Fauves at the Salon, were given the same treatment. Okay, so we have post-impressionism, expressionism, which come after. And then again, I listed the website here where this definition came from. This is a wonderful place to go to look at all these art movements. So basically, I was attracted to the Fauves at some point in my art education, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I did not go to I didn't go right away to art school. I went to a small liberal arts college. I actually majored in German, and this was a really small college. And I'll go to my next slide here. I had a very traditional art education. So in this art department, we did things pretty much the traditional way. You started with drawing. You didn't progress to painting until you had, taken a certain number of drawing courses. We did these assignments like copy the old masters. So I'm I feel very fortunate to have had that. Here are some sketches that I saved from a figure drawing class. And this was a typical exercise that we would do, do a figure in 60 seconds or 2 minutes. So I really did get a lot of basics under my belt before I started painting. And so after, let me think, after my undergraduate, I did go and do an intensive year at Hartford Art School. And that's where I studied abstract expressionism, which I thought I was going to really love and connect with. I absolutely love abstract expressionist work. I never really connected with it personally in my own painting. This is one leftover piece from all of those endeavors. And I had a really amazing teacher. She was very gifted in kind of seeing where or recognizing the individual's work. So I started doing, yeah, some of this abstraction stuff with dots and strokes. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, I think you might be a fauve." And I said, "A what?" And so she's like, "You got to go and look that up. That's your homework." So back in the day, went to the library. And I just remember pulling down all these books on the fauves, and I was just completely blown away. I came back and I just said, "This is it. Like, this is totally it for me." So the next slide is transitioning away from completely abstract work. So you can see here, I'm kind of doing what you would call the geometric abstraction. And I already have those fauve colors that are just really bright and saturated. And so the next slide here, I have some books. I mean, I just pulled off some random books. Like many of you, I'm sure you have many, many, many favorites. These are really the artists that influenced me the most. This book here, The Fauve Landscape, is wonderful. It is really the book that I used mostly to learn. And that was from a big retrospective in 1990 at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Absolutely wonderful. And then of course we have Van Gogh. I looked at Van Gogh a lot. And then of course Matisse, who is the founding member of the Fauve movement. And then I didn't put a book on Kandinsky here. Kandinsky is actually the first one that I looked at. He's not considered, I mean, even though he exhibited with them, he was kind of like the Eastern European faction. He had his own group going. He and Gabriele Munter were in a group they called the Blue Rider. And I think, yeah, Jawlensky was part of their group too. But that was really, if anyone is familiar with Gabriele Munter, this book was a retrospect. This was like the catalog for the retrospective that was, what was that, early 90s, I think. Yeah, 1992. And then I put in here 2 other books for regional, you know, I'm up in Maine. So we have, these 2 books are by the same person, Carl Little, who is really he's like he's the art critic in Maine. And then if people aren't familiar, and you may not be, Dalav Ipkar is one of our more famous Maine artists. She died in 2017. She was painting for years and years and years. She was actually the daughter of William Zorak and Marguerite Zorak. So kind of painting royalty there. Okay, next slide. Okay, so here, what I'm doing for the next couple of slides is showing a piece of my work and then showing what I was looking at. So for the years following school, I really just hunkered down in my studio and tried to take this concept of copying the old masters and just do it over and over and over again. Now, I'm not making exact copies, as you can see, but I'm really looking very intently at how these people are painting. This is early work by Kandinsky. The majority of his work that most people know is very abstract. It's a geometric abstraction. So this is really what he was doing in those years, those early years, when he was painting alongside of Gabriele Munter. And so although this piece that I call Ferris wheel is it's abstract, it's completely abstract, I was looking at the more fauve-like work. Okay, so another piece here. Now here, I really started to try to implement what these fauves were doing. And Andre Durain is probably the fauve that has influenced me the most. And literally, I would just look very intently at how they were painting and just try to do the same things in my work. This yucca, I always think it's funny because we have, it's not something you see in New England at all, unless you're like at a special garden center. But my mom in Pennsylvania loved yuccas, so she had them all surrounding her yard. And so when I did this, this is actually in her house now because she saw it and she's like, I need that yucca.
Diane, I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
These paintings, are they oil or acrylic?
Oh, these are all oil.
Oils, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so the next slide. So here is, here I'm really, you can see how I'm being influenced by Andre Durain. And this is very typical of the fauves, are, you know, kind of having these trees in the foreground, kind of like a screen, it seems. And then the landscape falling in behind. And then also what really intrigued me was this kind of push and pull between the flat picture plane and three-dimensional. To me, it's always like a shifting back and forth. And I do that today, up until to this day in my work, you'll see. Like sometimes I like to go really flat, and then other times I like to do a little bit more three-dimensional. But that push-pull is something that I really love. And then also the colors, just, that is one thing that I learned from abstract expressionism, which is, you know, really focusing on the picture as a whole and balancing out form and color. So really kind of thinking about form and color in an abstract way, instead of saying, okay, this is a tree and I should make it, you know, brown or whatever. So here we are again. I have two pieces. I just love Andre Durain. I just think he is amazing. So here you can see that I'm really starting to implement those little dots. Oh, I didn't have a screen. I didn't have a you don't really need a definition for pointillism. It's just points, right? These little little dashes and dots of color. The other thing that I just absolutely love about the fauves in general, but Andre Durain specifically, where he is leaving this ground color coming through. And so that was one thing that I really wanted to do early on, was somehow, you know, start figuring out what a ground color would be and how that would set up the painting for all of the form and color and everything that would go on there. Okay, so here, what I've done is I've actually given a close-up view of this Boats at Color, and I distinctly remember really looking closely at this one, especially because of, it's not clear to me if this is a painted ground. It may not be, it may just be the color of like a raw canvas. But the fact that, you know, it's very mosaic. and the way it's just so loose, you know what I mean? How he's depicting everything with just these splashes of color. And so this piece to the right, Rocks, Trees, Sky, Reed State Park. Reed State Park is really like an iconic state park. If anyone has been to Maine, you probably know we have absolutely beautiful coastal state parks that are open to everyone. And it's just quintessential Maine. You know, you've got the rocks, the trees, the sky, the ocean. So these two paintings right here, I really consider to be like my jumping off point for my current style. This is where I really went in with, okay, I'm going to do a specific ground color, and then it's going to be a lot of dashes of color on top. And then also, you know, coming in with a pretty strong sense of abstraction. Let's see, where am I?
Yeah, Diane?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had said yeah, you couldn't do an actual demonstration because you do this in layers and you have to let it dry in between.
Yes.
And you're working in oil? So
yes.
How long are you waiting between each layer?
Okay, well, so what I do, and I have some slides coming up. I have some slides coming up that will show a progression of you know, how I do this. And then I also have some little videos that I'll put up that we can watch of me in the studio talking about it. But anyway, so what I do first is I put a layer of acrylic paint down, which is the ground up. And then, so it's just like gesso, right? So I think I'm gonna leave that, and because I'm gonna play a video that I made talking all about that, okay? So I'll just, let's see. Right, okay, so these are landscapes. These are some early landscapes. And then the next slide is some still life. My landscapes by far are my most popular works, although I have sold quite a few like flower still lifes this year. But for the still life, I really like Matisse. I just think he is the master. So here you can see I'm, you know, I got the tilted table that he's so well known for, and the wonderful fabrics. And then also the back, you know, the abstracted background, which I always love. Okay, let's see. All right, here I put this on. This was 2017, Marsden Hartley. We had a gigantic retrospective of Marsden Hartley's work at Colby College here. And this show was just amazing. And this is probably my famous Marsden Hartley painting. Now, Marsden Hartley was not considered a fauve, but then of course, you know, there's so much overlap. He was painting, you know, a little bit later. He is actually from the town right where I live. I live in Auburn, but across the river is Lewiston, and that's where Marsden Hartley is from. And so he really fashioned himself early on as the painter from Maine. And so he was, you know, you can see he's very influenced by abstraction and also using the bold colors. So I'm skipping ahead a little bit. This is a recent painting of mine. We have tons of lakes in Maine, just all over the place. And so what I just do in my daily to and fro is drive by the lake. And one of my absolute favorite things about living way up north here in Maine is that our change of seasons is just really, really, really dramatic. And, you know, our winter is so long. I mean, really, really long. So spring is just something that is so anticipated. And then we have, you know, we have these warming and cooling periods. So we have our large bodies of water are always freezing and thawing. And then we have this thing, we call it pancake ice. And it's just the shifting currents and things are melting and refreezing. And you get these circles of ice that are just fantastic. And so that's what this painting was about. And I love this painting actually because I think it really encompasses a lot of the influences. So, you know, you have the trees here in the foreground, very faux, which is like, you know, you got that screen of trees and you're looking at a landscape behind it. And then you have, you know, being so influenced by Diane. I just love getting that ground color and then using pretty complementary colors that pop off of the ground. And then my next slide is a little process of how I do it. I get a very simplified sketch. And this is something that I really learned from looking so much at the Fauvist. I really wanted to get away from, because I really loved, before I painted, I was so in love with drawing. And I had a real challenge when I got to painting, which was, you know, being really kind of anal about making a drawing on the canvas. And so I really forced myself to step back from that and just have a very minimal sketch, because what I really wanted to do was, you know, not be so concerned about a realistic drawing, but really making that transfer to expressing myself in paint, right? So I love to do this. If you follow me on Instagram, this is basically what I do on there. I just put up all my process photos of the different phases of my paintings, and people seem to like that. Here's a very recent one. I think this may have been used for the announcement here. And this is Pemaquid, again, a very famous lighthouse and state park in Maine. Pemaquid Light, really famous for the rocks. This is like one of the most photographed places, I think, on the coast. Really dramatic rocks going down to the ocean, and this just quintessential little lighthouse. So again, here I'm starting with a super simple sketch, just a few lines, and then just kind of feeling my way in with the color. And then here is some, whoops. Okay, so here are some recent paintings that aren't landscapes. So I've got, and what I really love when I'm doing the flowers and the fruit is again, that push-pull between something that is very abstract and flat. It all depends on my mood, and then getting a little bit of three-dimensional too. And then the moves, yeah.
Diane, I have another question.
Yep.
How do you decide, or how long does it take you to decide what kind of a ground you're going to use on a particular composition? I notice you have sometimes warm ones and sometimes cool ones. Do you plan your colors ahead of time and that determines the ground, or how do you decide that?
That's a great question. That's a fabulous question. And oh, actually I missed something. You know what? Okay, so I have some videos that I was going to play and they talk exactly about this. And so let's see, the first one is, okay, let me see if I can cue this up. Just bear with me for 1 second here. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hopefully I can get this up and just play it and everyone can listen to this. Okay. Whoop.
Hey, so here we are back again. I've got my jar of some colors that I've just thrown in here. Again, this is just acrylic. This is like your standard acrylic paint. Usually for the ground, people use gesso, which is basically a really thick white acrylic paint. Like gesso is branded. It's a branded acrylic thick covering for your canvas. I stopped using that a while ago because I just really kind of came up with my own gesso, which is a colored ground that I just mix up with different colored acrylics. So for my mousse painting here, I've got some, let's see if you can, yeah, some white, just some white, some pink, some brown, some ochre, and some red. And I literally, I am just thinking, this is how I start. I'm kind of thinking, really thinking in color. And right off the bat, I'm like, I know I have too much white in there already. So, but I need a lot of paint because like I said, this is 40 by 40. So just keep mixing here and see what I got. This is okay. I'm just thinking more, I don't know, like a deeper, warmer and deeper. So maybe add a little bit more red. A little bit more red. I'm going for, I hate to say it, it's something like a pumpkin, I don't know, like a pumpkin-y, ochre-y brown. Maybe that's because it's fall and I'm like, I'm absorbing all these colors. But also I'm thinking of, all right, that's a little bit more red. But I'm thinking of like all the colors that are in this photo that I'm going to be going off of. It's funny because I'm looking at the phone here and seeing what the camera is seeing, but the color, the actual color on my spoon in real time for me is quite different. So it's really kind of funny. Like the color I'm seeing on my phone is more like the color that I want, but the color that is in reality on my spoon is not like that. So this is how technology gets a little funky because my spoon in real life looks a lot more pink, and on the phone it looks a lot more brown. So that's weird. Okay, so I'm gonna add some more ochre, and this is how I do it. You know what? This is exactly how I always do it. I am just literally thinking in color. I can't really articulate the color that I want. I'm just, adding paint until I get there. And not quite there yet. To me, mine is looking still a little pink. So I think what I'm going to try to do find another, what do I have? Bright gold. That's interesting. This is what is so fun about shopping. I don't remember buying this, but it looks pretty cool. So let's use it. This is new. And this is, oh my goodness. All right, is this going to be tough to open? Oh, okay. Gonna look into my deep, dark habits here. I'm gonna use my teeth. There you go. Oh, that is cool. That's like gold. That is pretty awesome. All right, so let's get that off. and get that. Ooh, gold. Oh my gosh. That is pretty awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh, now I just want to do a whole painting with a gold ground. Oh my gosh. All right, so this is getting close. Just, I'm gonna squirt a little bit more gold in there. Gosh, I'm gonna go back and get a bunch of this. I love it. This is really, to me, this is just awesome. I don't know if this is like totally boring, but this is my process. This is how I do my ground. I just stand here and, like I said, I think about that picture and I just mix and something hits, you know? Something hits and says, that's it. So now, okay, this is super thick now. Getting to be the color that I want, but again, okay, so super thick. So I'm going to add a little bit of water. This is not seltzer. This is just.
Okay, so I think you get the picture there. That was a little studio. These are the kinds of things I just make if I'm working in the studio, and I'll put it up on my social media. So that's making my ground. And I think, hopefully that answered the question of the other person about how I do this ground. But yeah,
But
I have like a loose image in my head of where I'm going to go with the picture, and I really just let it gel until I figure out, you know, do I want to go like with a warm, depending on what I'm painting, do I want to go with a warm ground color or a cool, or whatever the complementary color is. Let's see. So, oh yeah, okay. So I have two more little shorts here. This one, preparing the ground. All right, I'll play a little bit of this. This is, I got to go to my IGTV here. Hold on one second. Oh, okay. Yep, it's right here. So here I talk a little bit more about that process of getting the ground down. Oh, I'm not hearing the sound there. Oh.
See how this is going on. Oh, now this is fun. This is like where the rubber meets the road. Like, did I mix this up right? Is this going to be working for my moose? And I think it is. And you know what? It's really kind of cool. I don't know if you can see this on the brush. Try to get. It does, because I mixed up that gold. It does have a little iridescence to it, which is really, oh my gosh, I love that gold. I'm gonna be experimenting a lot more with that. And so, yeah, I mean, I know I've done other videos like this, and I don't know, it just seems like it might be kind of boring, but this is, I love this part. I love getting down this color onto the canvas. Like I said in my the first video in this little series, I think about the picture, I think about what my color scheme is going to be, and then I'm really kind of focusing on what that underlying color is going to be that will, in the end, really set up all those points, you know, in my faux style, my individual brush strokes and points, how are they going to what is the relationship going to be to this ground color? And yeah, I mean, like I've started paintings, or, you know, I've done my ground and then I've started the painting and then, you know, it's just not jiving. So 9 times out of 10, I go back and just rethink that ground color. Which is, you know, it's funny because my daughter is getting into digital art. And of course, she shows me all the cool tips, all the cool tricks that she can do. And of course, that would just be a layer that you could delete. But I am old school here. I'm very glad, very glad to be painting in this traditional way, because you know what, it's right for me. It works for me. And so there, that gives you an idea of what this ground color is going to be. So I'm not gonna make this video super long because I'm just going to be coloring in here. But yeah, this is very meditative for me. I just love it. And it helps to have a really nice brush too. This is my ground color brush. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this one. I'll probably do
Okay, so let's see, where were we? Okay, I'm trying to think if I want to do the next. Are there any questions about the process? Oh, the amount of Diane, was that you? The amount of time between the layers?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so what I do is I have my favorite mixing medium, which is called liquid. And so a lot of times in oil painting, you'll use mediums that are, you know, helping with viscosity and making it smooth and all this, but liquid actually makes the paint dry. So, and I use a lot. So yeah, I go through a ton of liquid. It actually makes the layer dry in about 24 hours. It's probably a little longer than that, but it's dry enough that if I want to, you know, go over something, I can go over something. And this is, I don't know if it's unique. I mean, obviously not, because they make the liquid to dry the paint. But I love doing the thing in layers. I'm really not mixing on my canvas at all. So I'm really just putting down these individual layers. And if you look at, you know, something like this, the sky here, you can see that the points do overlap slightly, even though, you know, that ground color is still coming through. But this effect that I can get by just, you know, single stroke and layering is really what I'm after. Oh, and this moose here is the painting that I was preparing in that video. Okay, let's see. So my next here, I think this is my last slide actually. All right, so these are some of my more recent pieces. I've been doing a lot of lighthouses, very popular up here in Maine. And this fishing boat was very popular. I ended up doing a commission very similar to this this one wasn't the exact size that the collectors needed. So I did a private commission with 3 lobster boats, plenty of lobster boats up here. So that's it. That's my slide presentation. So if people want to ask questions, I'm happy to answer questions.
Yeah, tell us about how you promote yourself, because I noticed that you like do little contests where people can win a print. And
yes. Okay, so I am on, most of my promotion takes place on Facebook and Instagram, and I kind of go back and forth between the two. What I do to get people to be on my mailing list is I offer a free print once a month. So if you follow me, you'll see on, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, I do a monthly drawing. That seems to work really well to get people onto my mailing list. And I've gotten quite a few customers that way. And then, it depends on, I have a love-hate relationship with social media. Sometimes I'm on there a lot and then I kind of get sick of it and take a break. But I've been pretty consistent. I was a latecomer to social media. So I started around 2017 on Facebook, I think. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I think I went on both at the same time. And then I have my website, which is actually through an outfit called Art Storefronts. And they are a platform specifically for artists who want their own e-commerce website with your own domain name. So it's not like way back when I started the online business, I was with, what was it? Fine Art America. But I wasn't happy with that. I really wanted my own domain. And so that's why I went with Art Storefronts.
So Diane, just a question. I noticed your body of work basically focuses on landscapes and you got some still life. Have you explored your technique doing like some figurative or some portrait work, and what has been the results?
That's a really good question because I really enjoyed my figurative work early on. I'm trying to, let's see if I can, just gonna add a slide here. Hold on, bear with me. Actually, I think I can just pop something onto here. Okay, so here's something I have started, a little niche called Sacred Art. And so this is obviously our Blessed Mother. This is from a town on the coast called Booth Bay. And so there's a little church up on the hill. And this is a beautiful statue overlooking the harbor. And so we were taking a walk one day, walking by and seeing her, and it was a completely blue sky, just so stark and blue. And she really seemed to be illuminated against that sky. And so I snapped a picture and I thought, that might be something. That might be something for me to try. So yeah, so that's definitely, I'm attracted to statues, I think, because in a way they're already abstracted. And then I like to make a painting off of that. So I have a couple of these that I've done. This, I'm in a very heavily Catholic community up here. So this that image has been very, very popular.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Diane, do you use brush to do the pointillism?
Yes. Yep. I don't use palette knives. I don't like palette knives. I use all brushes.
Okay. Do you use your fingers sometimes?
No. Nope. Just brush.
Do you think it takes you longer to do pointillism than if you were using the regular way of doing or painting?
Yes. And it's very labor intensive, definitely. And like, as you can tell with this one here, this is another lighthouse. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you sometimes, before you use the pointings, do you first, maybe with a pencil, kind of go and draw the outer limits of the color areas,
No.
so that because you need to know what kind of paint you're going to use in what area. So doing that, it seemed to me, it would facilitate a little bit.
Yes, maybe, but I don't. I like I said before, I will just put, oh, if I'll go back to this screen here, it's a very simple sketch for the composition, the overall composition. But once I'm getting into these areas, I'm really just feeling it. There's not really a plan. Aside from the very basic sketch that I get down, there's not really a plan. Which is why, when I take on commissions, I have to say to my people, look, this is going to be like, I'll give you the sketch, but you have to trust, because there's not really a plan.
So you don't even make a value sketch or anything, or do you know where your lights and your darks are going to be?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No. Nope. It's like,
it's very
I've
intuitive.
never, yeah, I don't do things like jump out of airplanes, but it's kind of like, that's what it feels like.
Basically, you do more in the color than the value.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why maybe you don't need it. You can go over the color and you can change it.
You know what? That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I will, like I'll put, especially if it's something like more complicated like this one.
Yes.
I
Because
will
you have to balance the color.
Yeah, and what I do is it's very like, when I do start going in with my dots, I will walk way back,
Yes.
and look, and then forward again, change it, back again. It's constantly like walking back and forth. And yeah, and if I'm getting to a point where I just feel like I'm kind of frustrated, like I'm not sure where to go, I'll definitely let it dry.
And I see that because you use different size of brushes.
Yes.
So
Yep.
your pointillism is different sizes. That makes that creates the whole balance.
Yes.
And color.
Yep. Yep.
So that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
Is there a lot of pointillism, how you say, artists in the States or in the world? Do you know Is there a society of pointillism painters?
You know what? That's a really good question, and it's not something that I have looked into. You know, it definitely takes people by surprise, I've noticed.
You're like more brighter colors than Aboriginal, like those are kind of paintings, you know?
Yes,
I
yes.
feel more Australian. The Aboriginal paintings are almost, I have one, and it's almost, I love it because
Yeah.
they use the wooden sticks, different
Oh.
kinds of wooden sticks. And that's what they do. Different, the volume of that wooden sticks are, every wooden stick is different. And that's how they make it small, big, medium,
Yes.
large. All the shapes are different with the color.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. This is wonderful.
Thank you.
So basically you can go, if you want to balance the color, you can go back over again and after the drawing, and if you need that color over there, you can just add it to that part.
Yes. And it kind of depends on, you know, the end effect that I want.
Right.
For example, with this lighthouse here.
Yes.
This is another, well, they're all very famous lighthouses. This is Bass Harbor. But when I did this one, I remember saying to myself, because, you know, when I do something like this over here, this is very tight, right? And then I say, okay, I gotta loosen up. I gotta do something a little looser, because it's a little easier on the eyeballs. But this is difficult because I'm not making any mistakes here.
Yes.
This is like once, because going back to here, this one, going back to the Diane, this is just, I look at this and I just think this is insane. This is like this is so, this takes so much confidence. And also just having a really, really, really excellent sense of values, of hue, like everything that you need.
Every color and value. That's
exactly. Because if you want to go in, like I said, and just be loose, like I'm not going to be going over these because I really wanted this one, I like Diane, I really wanted a certain amount of ground to show through. Because to me, that just gives you a feeling, of like looseness.
It's a different, you want to do the back plane, middle plane, and the foreground.
Yeah.
You have to show that, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job, Diane.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. I love that you say that the one it's in the corner on the left side top, but it needs that. So if it would be loose, it won't make that the lighthouse coming forward.
Right. Another influence, something that I'm looking back on now a lot. Was, I love it when we studied art history, the mosaics.
Yes.
Beautiful. I just love that effect. Love it. And so, yeah, when I'm doing something more tight like this, I always think of like mosaics.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Diane, finish it up.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. It was fabulous.
Yes, thank you,
Oh,
Diane.
you're
Great
welcome.
presentation.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, sure.
Sure, I'm so glad. Nice to see you.
Very
doing your work.
interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you.
How about a round of applause?
Thank you so much.
Okay, Diane, where are you?
I had to step away earlier. Did we do the AMAs, Alfredo?
Oh, we didn't.
Okay, I had to step
We need to
away
do that yet.
at a part of the meeting and I thought maybe I missed it. Okay.
No, I forgot all about it. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, Diane, can you stop the screen share?
Okay, so how do I do that? Just, oh, stop
Yeah.
share. Here we go. There we go.
There you go.
There.
There you go. Hi. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Diane.
you're
That
welcome.
was a great presentation. So Alfredo.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Uh,
You want to give us the announcement?
yeah, the first prize goes to Bala. Her work was the texture acrylics.
As the bird?
The bird.
The-
Windswept, I think it's windswept blues, texture acrylics. And the second prize, there was a tie, unfortunately. There was a tie between, I don't know what we're gonna do, between number 1 by Alice Agathon and number 2 by Terry Wengler, or Tony. I'm sorry.
Wengler.
Tony Wengler. Yeah.
Tony Wengler, yes. So that's the result.
Okay.
What number was the winner?
Number 5. Number 5.
Okay. Jam, I would just simply send a, second place check to each of our second placers.
I didn't catch that first one, the name on that first one.
Yeah, it's Bala. Let me see.
No, I got Bala.
Oh, you got right, but
Yeah.
the last.
And I got Tony.
Okay. You need the last names?
Yeah, just on the second place ones.
Yeah.
Alice?
It's
Alice Agathon?
Alice Agathon.
Oh, Alice. Okay.
Yeah.
I know Alice. I just didn't catch it.
Yeah, congratulations,
Congratulations.
Alice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. They left out the name on that one. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's called Toast. Is that a toast?
Tossed at sea. Tossed at sea.
Toast.
That was it. Yeah. Okay. But
yeah, TOSSED at sea.
Yeah. That was a nice one, Alice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And what was Tony's?
The other, the yellow rose.
The pastel, the rose.
The pastel, yellow rose
nice.
pastel.
Yeah.
That was very pretty.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yep. Well, congratulations to all our winners.
Thank you.
So, unless anybody wants to chat about anything, or
Okay, I have to send these results to Ricky Sanders, right?
Ricky, yeah, and Dulcie.
Dulcie, and
Yes, and to the winners too, because they'll 2 of them aren't here tonight, I don't think. So they'll need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, let them know.
Alrighty.
And to Ariel and to Joe Connor is now doing our Facebook.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Joe Connor.
So yeah, Joe Connor, she'll post it on Facebook.
And the other one was
Ariel Bowman.
Okay.
She's doing our Instagram.
Okay. All right.
Okay, good. Thanks,
Good meeting.
Alfredo.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Okay,
Good night.
everyone, good
meeting.
night.
Good night,
Thank
all.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you,
Good to see
Diane.
you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good
how do I
meeting.
get
Good
to
meeting.
Diane? Diane's, if I want to follow you up.
Oh, yeah, you can, it's DIANE
Mhm,
BEEM
mhm.
artist, Diane Beem artist. That's my Instagram.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and then I think Facebook is Diane Beem Fine Artist.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good
Night.
night. Muriel? Muriel, did we get your zip code? Can you hear me, Muriel?
Yes. 75230.
75230.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And
Thank you very
Diane,
much.
Diane,
Which
can
one?
we maybe send out Diane Beam's contact information? Yeah,
Sure,
that way,
yeah.
you know, I mean, I heard what she said, but I didn't catch all of it.
Yeah, we can do that.
That would be
You
great,
bet.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'd like to follow her. She's really great.
Yeah, yeah, and her work beautiful.
Beautiful,
It's really,
beautiful.
really something different.
Yeah,
Very different.
it is. I
you
would have
know?
liked to have seen her do how she painted her little circles and all, but too difficult.
No, it looks like it's just little brush strokes, you know, but it's
But some of them look
amazing.
Some of them look like
Huh?
they're outlined, and then she filled them in.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably just
Kind of depended
whatever
what
she
felt
feels like
doing.
doing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I feel a little intimidated. I want to try
I would
working this.
Yeah, I would like to also.
But I have the same name as her. So it's like,
Yeah.
like,
Well, maybe you could get in on, her publicity.
yeah. No, but maybe I can find my own style.
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
Oh, dear.
Play
Okay, well,
around
thank
with
you.
it.
Good meeting.
Yep. Good. Oh, thank you. Thanks for being here, Alice.
Yeah, good night.
Okay, good night. Good night, Mary and Muriel. Is that everybody? Okay, good night. I'm going to end it. Here we go.